What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Charles Oliveira is weighing in on the upcoming matchup between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett, and he made it very clear who he is rooting for. Oliveira said he's hoping Gaethje gets the win, even though he understands exactly how dangerous Paddy can be when the fight hits the mat. According to Oliveira, Paddy's entire approach will likely revolve around forcing the fight to the ground. He said Paddy strikes well, moves constantly, passes, and mixes things up on the feet, but the real threat comes from his grappling, his transitions, and the way he scrambles. Oliveira added that Paddy has the kind of style that allows him to drag opponents into uncomfortable positions, especially when they get too caught up in trying to land something big. On the other side, Oliveira talked about Gaethje and didn't hold back in acknowledging what the lightweight veteran brings to the table. He described Gaethje as insanely tough, explosive, and one of the most dangerous strikers in the division. When Gaethje steps forward, he brings real power, real aggression, and a pace that can break fighters mentally before it breaks them physically. But Oliveira also pointed out the obvious. Gaethje has vulnerabilities on the ground, and everyone knows that. If Paddy manages to impose his grappling early, start chaining takedowns, and keep Gaethje from building momentum, the fight could shift quickly in his favor. Still, Oliveira doesn't think Paddy will want to stand with Gaethje for long. He said if Paddy decides to trade punches, he's putting himself in serious danger because Gaethje only needs one clean shot to end the night. And with the kind of power Gaethje carries, Oliveira believes a knockout is a very real possibility. But if Paddy commits to the takedown, stays disciplined, and avoids getting clipped on the way in, then he definitely has a path to becoming champion. Even with all that analysis, Oliveira ended by saying he truly hopes Gaethje comes out victorious. He respects both fighters, but between the styles, the stakes, and what the fight represents for the division, he's leaning heavily towards seeing Gaethje get his hand raised when it's all over. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Belal Muhammad took to his YouTube channel to reflect on his recent loss to Garry, giving fans an honest and detailed breakdown of what went wrong and what he plans to do moving forward. Belal believes that eye pokes played a significant role in the fight and emphasized that there should be stricter repercussions in MMA for such fouls. He explained that during the match, he was poked in the eye multiple times and didn't see any meaningful response from the referees. He noted that Ian was very smart, understanding exactly how to exploit the rules to his advantage. Belal made it clear that if the rules don't change and fighters aren't penalized, eye pokes will continue to be used as a strategy, which is unfair to everyone competing. He went on to break down the fight itself, noting that Ian's distance management and movement made it difficult to establish control early on. Belal acknowledged that in a 3-round fight, it's crucial to start fast and impose your game plan immediately. He admitted that by the 3rd round, he and his team had finally figured out Ian's style and distance. But by then, it was already too late to turn the fight around. He stressed the importance of being aggressive and decisive from the opening bell, learning to step on the gas earlier in the match to catch opponents off guard. Belal also reflected on his personal growth, admitting that losses are a part of the sport and an opportunity to improve. He emphasized the need to get back in the gym, review the fight with his team, and make the necessary adjustments to come back stronger. Despite the setback, he remains confident in his skills and standing among the best in the world. Belal's focus is on learning from the fight, improving his technique, and proving himself in future matchups. He remains determined, motivated, and ready to show fans why he belongs at the top of the division. With the combination of lessons learned, strategic adjustments, and relentless training, Belal Muhammad is already looking ahead, committed to growing from this experience and making a statement in his next fight, reinforcing his reputation as one of MMA's most dedicated and formidable athletes. Moving on to another news, Sean O'Malley shared his thoughts on the situation surrounding Ilia, as rumors about a possible divorce continue to circulate online. On the latest episode of the Bro Ali Show, O'Malley reacted to the reports and made it clear that he genuinely feels bad for Ilia, especially with so much of the drama happening publicly. He explained that dealing with personal issues is already difficult, but going through something as serious as a divorce, while the whole world watches, makes it even worse. O'Malley said he understands why Ilia wouldn't want to fight or even think about a training camp during such a stressful time. He mentioned that he's been through tough moments in his own life, but the difference is that his problems weren't happening in front of millions of fans. Seeing Ilia's situation unfold so publicly made him empathize even more. According to O'Malley, when someone is dealing with heavy personal struggles, the last thing they should be worried about is preparing for a fight. He referenced the rumors claiming Ilia's wife is trying to take 50% and the talk about Ilia supposedly messaging other women. O'Malley joked about how, when you're married, you can't even say hi to someone without it turning into an issue. He said the whole situation just sucks, especially because Ilia has 2 kids, which adds even more weight to everything he's dealing with. O'Malley said that when children are involved, the emotional toll becomes far more difficult to manage. He also mentioned that he really wanted to see Ilia versus Paddy, as well as Ilia versus Islam, but he understands why those fights aren't happening right now. Even though fans might be disappointed, he stressed that Ilia's personal life comes first, and it's completely understandable if he chooses to step away for a while. Later in the show, O'Malley reacted to his placement on the UFC 324 card and poked fun at himself, saying he feels like he's slipping in popularity after not being selected for the co-main event. With Paddy versus Justin confirmed, and Kayla Harrison taking another major spot, O'Malley joked that his stock is down bad. He laughed about the idea of ending up on the prelims, or even the early prelims, acting like he's being pushed further and further down the card. He sarcastically said he's about to be fighting in Great Falls again, maybe even back at ICF, and that the Sugar Show isn't looking too strong right now. Despite the humor, his playful frustration came through as he admitted it feels strange not being placed higher on such a big event. Moving on to another news. Things have gotten heated between Kamaru Usman and Ariel Helwani after a back and forth that quickly turned personal. It all started when Helwani pointed out that Islam is apparently set to face Usman next, despite several active contenders like Shavkat Rakhmonov, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, and Ian Garry all being available and arguably more deserving of a title opportunity. Helwani questioned why Usman, who hasn't had a strong run in recent years, would be next in line. Usman didn't appreciate the comments and fired back on his Pound for Pound podcast, taking some pointed shots at Helwani without directly naming him. He joked about being able to smell the person from a distance, clearly referencing Helwani's nose, and then went on to say that professional fighters shouldn't waste their time going on shows hosted by people who don't have what he called G14 classification. According to Usman, Helwani is nothing more than a glorified fan and not a real journalist. He said the only journalists worth his time are the ones who speak to fighters before events and then write actual stories instead of giving personal opinions to stay relevant. Usman insisted he never talks about Helwani, doesn't care about him, and doesn't need him to remain in the spotlight. Helwani wasn't impressed and used his YouTube show to respond. He made it clear that Usman's comments only proved the point that he touched a nerve. He noted that Usman claims he doesn't care, yet still made a video, clipped segments, made references, and even tweeted in response. According to Helwani, the issue is simple. He said Usman does not deserve a title shot based on recent results. Helwani broke it down, explaining that Usman hasn't won more than 2 fights since 2021 and is 1-3 in that span. He highlighted that Usman's most recent win came in June, and before that, his previous victory was all the way back in 2021. Helwani still gave him credit for the close fight against Khamzat, but pointed out the 2 losses to Leon and the overall lack of momentum. Helwani emphasized that he never called Usman a bum, never disrespected his championship legacy, and never made anything personal. He even acknowledged that, in his opinion, GSP remains the greatest welterweight of all time, which is a widely accepted take. Helwani said he didn't attack Usman below the belt, but Usman choosing to mock his nose shows who really made things personal. He added that he's heard jokes about his nose his entire life and has fully embraced it, so comments like that don't bother him. Moving on to another news. Kayla Harrison is preparing to defend her bantamweight title against Amanda Nunes at UFC 324, but she isn't entirely convinced that Amanda will actually make the 135-pound limit. During her appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Kayla admitted that she has some doubts. She said she's not stressed or panicking about it, but she's definitely aware of Amanda's past issues. According to Kayla, we've seen Amanda struggle with weight cuts before. We've seen her deal with health problems, and we've seen her pull out of major fights at the last moment. Because of that, Kayla is mentally preparing herself for both possibilities. She'll stay disciplined and make weight as always, while also being ready for the scenario where Amanda doesn't follow through. Kayla said she expects Amanda to come out hard, aggressive, and looking to make a statement early. But she believes that over the course of the fight, she's going to break her. She explained that staying calm, smart, and composed is the key. Kayla feels her style is built for control and domination, and once she imposes her will, the momentum of the fight shifts fast. She said she plans to stay cool under pressure, avoid getting dragged into unnecessary exchanges, and stick to the game plan that has worked for her throughout her career. In Kayla's eyes, every matchup comes down to one simple truth. She's always just one clean takedown away from changing everything. Whether it's the first round or the last, she trusts her grappling, her strength, and her ability to control opponents once she gets them to the canvas. And against someone like Amanda, who is powerful and dangerous early, Kayla believes that the moment she secures that takedown, the fight becomes hers. So while she's not fully convinced Amanda will hit the bantamweight mark, Kayla is focused, disciplined, and ready to handle whatever happens on fight week. Moving on to another news. Tom Aspinall has released detailed footage from a recent appointment with an eye specialist, giving fans an inside look at what he's been dealing with since the injury that caused all the controversy. In the video, the specialist carefully examines his eye movement and immediately notices issues that explain why Tom has been experiencing double vision. The doctor asks him to follow a light, moving it slowly across his field of vision. Tom tries his best, but admits it feels slow and difficult. As the specialist moves the light slightly, Tom points out that what was once a single image quickly becomes two. The doctor highlights that when Tom looks up and inward, his left eye moves smoothly, tracking exactly where it should. But the right eye stops short. It doesn't rise as high as the left, and it doesn't turn inward with the same precision. The specialist explains that this mismatch in movement is a clear restriction, meaning the right eye wants to follow the target, but physically can't match the left eye's motion. The more the specialist demonstrates it, the more apparent it becomes that Tom is fighting through discomfort in the upper inner part of the eye. The doctor warns that in a fight situation, that discomfort and double vision could cause Tom to instinctively tilt his head just to avoid the ache and confusion of seeing two images. That's a dangerous adjustment for a heavyweight fighting at the highest level. Tom then asks the question every fan wanted to hear: how long until he can train properly and spar again? The answer isn't what he hoped for. The specialist tells him it's a long road ahead and that the current prognosis is guarded. He recommends that Tom should not fight again until his double vision fully resolves. He explains there are two main reasons for this. First, fighting too soon could worsen the injury and set him back even further. Second, even during training, the double vision in his peripheral view means he wouldn't be performing anywhere near his peak. The specialist emphasizes that rushing into sparring or competition would not only delay healing, but also put Tom at even greater risk inside the octagon. While Tom listens, it's clear he wants to push forward, but the advice is firm: recover fully before stepping back in. Moving on to another news. Israel Adesanya has released new footage of himself sparring with flashy lightweight striker Mauricio Ruffy, and the clip instantly caught the attention of fans. The two were going back and forth in 4-odds gloves, creating an intense, fast-paced exchange that looked more like a real fight than a sparring session. Ruffy has mentioned in past interviews that it was his dream to train with Adesanya, someone he has admired for years. And now, he's finally gotten the chance to step in there with him. In the footage, both fighters showcase sharp movement, quick reactions, and clean technique. Adesanya's signature feints and slick head movement are on full display, while Ruffy fires back with explosive combinations and fearless pressure. Every moment in the clip feels packed with energy, with teammates in the background reacting to the pace and shouting "Heat" as the action intensifies. The sparring definitely delivered the excitement fans were hoping to see. Moving on to another news. Lerone Murphy has opened up about the frustration and disappointment he's been dealing with after being passed over for a title shot. The UFC's decision to move forward with Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez II left many fans confused, especially with undefeated contenders like Murphy and Movsar Evloev waiting for their moment. Murphy looked like he was next in line after his impressive knockout win over Aaron Pico at UFC 319, and even Volkanovski himself seemed to hint that their matchup was coming. But once the rematch was announced, everything changed, and Murphy admitted the news hit him harder than expected. In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, Murphy revealed that the situation genuinely affected his motivation, saying he fell out of love with fighting for a while. He explained that he originally chose MMA over boxing because he believed the sport had fewer politics, believing it was a simple world where the best fought the best. He thought that if he did the work, stayed undefeated, and kept winning, he would naturally reach a title shot. Hearing that he wouldn't get the opportunity he'd been working toward for years left him feeling lost and disappointed. Murphy said that when he first found out, he didn't know how to process it. It felt like the sport he loved wasn't what he believed it was. But after sitting with it, thinking things over, and letting the emotions settle, he reminded himself that the fight game is still a business. He told himself to get over it, keep grinding, keep fighting, and stay focused on winning. Even though the decision hurt, he believes it's inevitable that he will eventually get his title shot, and he remains confident that he will become champion. What bothers him the most is missing the chance to face Volkanovski before the longtime champion retires. Murphy has been eyeing that fight since he signed with the UFC in 2019, the same year Volkanovski became champion. For 6 years, Murphy has visualized reaching Volkanovski's level, telling himself during every training session that he needed to climb to where Volkanovski stood. He acknowledged that Volkanovski lost to Ilia, but that didn't change Murphy's target. His dream, his motivation, and his internal goal has always been to face Volkanovski. Murphy said he doesn't care about the money or the hype. What he truly wants is the opportunity to fight Volkanovski and be able to say he beat him. That, he explained, is the only thing that really matters to him. Moving on to another news, Bisping has surprised a lot of fans with a sudden shift in tone toward Tom Aspinall. For weeks, he's been one of Tom's strongest supporters throughout the entire eye poke controversy, defending him because they're both English and because Bisping knows better than almost anyone what it's like to deal with serious eye injuries. But out of nowhere, Bisping switched gears and delivered some unexpectedly sharp criticism, saying Tom is handling the situation the wrong way. According to Bisping, Tom's constant stream of social media posts, videos from doctor visits, medical scans, updates, explanations, everything, is actually hurting him instead of helping. Tom has been documenting every step to prove the injury was real and to shut down people claiming he quit. But Bisping believes this approach is only giving the controversy more oxygen. The more he posts, the more fans think he's desperately trying to convince them rather than moving forward like a champion. Coming from Bisping, a man who competed for years with just one functioning eye and never asked for sympathy, the criticism hits much harder. Bisping, along with Paul Felder, is advising Tom to let go of the incident and stop revisiting it publicly. They believe that constantly sharing medical updates isn't what people expect from a heavyweight champion. Fans, they say, don't want to see vulnerability packaged as proof. They want fire, determination, and a champion who pushes forward. Bisping explained that this pattern of venting, posting doctor's notes, and showing frustration comes off as feeling sorry for himself, even if that's not Tom's intention. And that, he says, is not what people want to hear from the heavyweight king. Felder echoed the sentiment, saying that while it's tough for anyone, especially a champion, to deal with accusations of quitting, the best move is to stop engaging, get healthy, focus on training, and return with a statement performance. He said Tom doesn't need to win the narrative online. He just needs to show up again, perform, and remind everyone who he is. They even added that if Tom truly wants to lean into a heel persona, then save it for fight night. Go in there, knock out Cyril Gane, grab the mic, and talk his trash. If he does that, fans will quickly forget the controversy and fully embrace that version of him. According to Bisping, the real cure for all the doubt isn't more updates. It's action, dominance, and a champion who lets his fighting do the talking.